Okay, so in this topic, the first type of question is, suppose this is the first question. 120 workers can complete a work in 15 days. How many laborers will it take to complete the work in 10 days? So basically यहाँ पर कोई एक piece of work है जिसको 120 workers जो है 15 days में complete करते हैं. ओके, सो अगर उस 15 days को, अगर हमें 15 days के काम को 10 days में complete करना है, so the question is how many laborers will it take to complete the work in 10 days. 15 days के काम को 10 days में करना है तो उसके लिए हमें कितने वर्कर्स की जरूरत पड़ेगी, राइट? सो to solve this problem we have to use a simple logic. Basically this is the shortcut method to solve this question. Like the it's like a formula: P1 T1 D1 W2 and M2 is equals to P2 T2 D2 W1 and M1. So basically P1 stands for number of person. Okay, T1 it means time per day. And D1 is the number of days. W2 means the work, or you can say that the number of work, and M2 means the money, कितना रुपए लगता है. So it will be used accordingly. जिस टाइप से क्वेश्चन है उसके हिसाब से इस फॉर्मूला को थोड़ा मॉडिफाई करना पड़ता है. But in this case the total the formula is the person, time per day, day, work and money equivalents to, again P2 is the another number of person or another section of number of person, then time 2 is the time per day, similarly D2 is the days, work, W1 is the work and M1 is the money. Now in this case we need only number of workers, that means number of person, so you can use P1. Now it completes a work in 15 days, so we have to use the day, that is D1. इसके अलावा हमें और कोई चीज की जरूरत नहीं है, ओनली वी हैव जस्ट पर्सन, नंबर ऑफ पर्सन एंड नंबर ऑफ डेज. नाउ इक्वलेंस टू, again we have to use the number of person and number of days in second portion, so P2 is into D2. Now this is the formula for this question: P1 D1 is equals to P2 D2. now number of person is 120. कितने नंबर ऑफ वर्कर्स हैं? 120 वर्कर्स, दैट मींस नंबर ऑफ पर्सन इज द 120. नाउ मल्टीप्लाई D1. D1 is the number of days used initially, a number of days work in initially by the 120 workers, so the initial days is number of days is the 15, so multiply 15 is equals to how many labors will it take to complete the work in 10 days. So basically the number of days in second portion is the 10, and the question is how many labors will it take to complete the work. So we have to find out the person 2, number of person 2. So just P2 is equals to 120 into 15 and divided by 10, right? So 0 0 cancel, 15 into 12, that means 180. So 180 person, or we can say that the 120 labors will it take to complete the work in 10 days. जो काम 15 days में 120 वर्कर्स कर रहे थे उसको अगर 10 days में कंप्लीट करना है, सो हमें 180 वर्कर्स की जरूरत पड़ेगी, राइट? Is it clear? So the basic concept is we have to use this formula according to the variables given in the questions. Then you can use the P1 and D1 for this problem, because we have only the number of workers or number of person and days given in the question. Is it clear? Okay, let's do another example. A work which take 18 men 36 days to complete, how many days will takes by 12 men to complete the same work? So again, this it's also a similar kind of question, where कोई एक piece of work है जिसको 18 जो men है या जो male है उनको 36 days में वो complete कर रहे हैं. अगर उसी काम को 12 men या 12 जो पर्सन है वो करेंगे तो कितना टाइम हमें लगेगा, कितना दिन हमें लगेगा. So basically we have to use the person and days. So P1 D1 is equals to P2 D2. Always remember, if you use the P1 D1 in the left portion, then we have to use the similar kind of variables like P1 D1, then you have to use the P2 D2 in the second portion of the question or formula. Okay, now the number of person is the 18 men. That means 18 multiply how many days they takes to complete the work? 36 days. So 36 is the D1 is equals to P2. P2 means the number of person for the second condition. So number of person is the 12. Now multiply D2. Basically we have to find out the number of days, that is D2. Now the D2 is equals to 18 into 36 divided by 12. Okay, so 12 1 ja and 12 3 ja. 18 into 3. It's basically 54. So how many days will it takes by 12 men? So basically 54 days will takes by the 12 men to complete the same work. This is the answer. क्लियर है? किसी भी काम को 18% जो है 36 डेज में कंप्लीट करते हैं, तो उसी काम को 12 जो लोग हैं वो कितने दिन में कंप्लीट करेंगे? तो उसको 54 डेज में कंप्लीट करने वाले हैं. ठीक है, क्योंकि हमने नंबर ऑफ पर्सन को डिक्रीज कर दिया, सो नंबर ऑफ डेज विल बी इंक्रीज. नाउ द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज, इफ 12 मशीन्स वर्क 7 hours a day. Okay, 12 machine work 7 hours a day, they can complete the work in 18 days. अगर कोई भी 12 मशीन है वो 7 hours पर डे वर्क करते हैं तो वो एक काम को 18 डेज में कंप्लीट कर लेते हैं, राइट? Then in how many days will it takes 16 machines working 9 hours a day to complete double of the work? So basically हमसे ये पूछा जा रहा है कि how many days we have to count the number of days will take 16 machine working in 9 hours. So 16 machine को 9 hours per day काम करने पर कितना दिन लगेगा? So basically we have to use the formula like P1 and T1. So basically T1 is the time duration per day. एक दिन में कितना time duration काम कर रहे हैं, कोई भी मशीन हो या पर्सन हो. So we have to use P1, T1 and D1 is equals to again P2, T2 and D2, right? So this is the formula. Now P1 is, so basically in this case the P1 or number of person, that means the number of machines. So basically 12 into number of time duration per day. So basically per day 7 hours time duration hai. So T1 means 7 multiply D1. D1 is the basically कितने दिन काम कर रहे हैं. So they can complete the work in 18 days. So D1 is the 18 is equals to P2. So then the how many days will take 16 machines. So basically 16 is the person or number of person in second portion. So 16 is the P2 multiply working 9 hours. So basically T1 is the number of hours per day. So T2 is the 9 and multiply day to complete the double of the work. So basically यहाँ पे एक question है, then how many days? So basically D2 is the question. We have to count the number of days in the second portion, how many days. But there is a condition, then in how many days will take 16 machine working 9 hours a day to complete double of the work. So basically we have to just, this is the formula of work. P1, T1, D1 is the basically a work. So basically we have to double this work by multiplying 2 in this portion. So 2 into 12 into 7 into 18 is equals to 16 into 9 into D2. So now we can count the day 2 like 2 into 12 into 7 into 18 and divided by 16 into 9. right? So 9 1 ja, 9 2 ja, and 2 1 ja, 8, 4 2 ja, 8, 4 2 ja, and 4 3 ja, right? 2 1 ja and 2. So बचा क्या है हमारे पास? 3 into 7. 3 into 7, that means 21 days. So answer is 21 days. So basically 21 days will take 16 machine working 9 hours per day to complete double of the work. So डबल काम करने के लिए डबल जितना भी दोगुना काम करना है उसको 9 आवर पर आवर अगर 16 मशीन काम करेंगे तो उनको 21 डेज लग जाएगा, जो पहले कंडीशन में 18 डेज लग रहा था. अब हमने क्या किया? नंबर ऑफ पर्सन हमने इंक्रीज किया, राइट? एंड नंबर ऑफ आवर्स पर डे विल ऑल्सो इंक्रीज बाय 9 आवर्स. देन डे 2, हाउ मेनी डेज इट विल टेक टू कंप्लीट द डबल ऑफ द वर्क. सो डबल काम करने के लिए हमें कम दिनों की जरूरत पड़ी बिकॉज पर्सन और मशीन इंक्रीज हो रहा है और नंबर ऑफ आवर्स भी इंक्रीज हो रहा है. ठीक है. सो उसके बावजूद हमने डबल वर्क जो है ज्यादा नहीं 21 दिन ही लग रहा है, 18 डेज से 21 दिन, राइट? ओके, 9 people can make 108 twice in a certain time. How many persons will it take to make 48 twice in the same time would be required? So basically the number of twice is the work, number of piece of work. So basically the 108 twice is the piece of work. So that case we have to use number of person and work. So you can see the formula, the first formula, which is P1, T1, D1 and W2. So basically W2 is the piece of work, right? And M2 is the money, number of monies, or how much money need to complete the work. So in this case, we have to use the person and number of piece of work. Basically that is the number of twice. So P1 and W2, you can use P1, W2 in the left portion and equivalent to P2 and W1 for the right hand side. So we can use P1 and W2 is equals to P2 and W1, right? So number of person is the 9. So just put down the 9 into number of work, piece of work. So in this case, this is the W2. That means the W2 is the 48 twice. So 48 multiply. The question is how many person? So P2, we have to find out the P2, number of person. And the W1 is the number of piece of work for the first initial condition, that is the 108 twice. So just multiply 108. Now we can find out the number of person P2, 9 into 48 divided by 108, right? Okay, so you can cancel out 2 and 4, 5 and 4, 9 1 ja and 6 ja. So 24 divided by 6, or you can write down 4. So number of person is 4. Okay, so we have to need, we have required the 4 person will take to complete or will take to make the 48 twice in the same time period, same time period. A builder takes 3 hours to build a wall. If 2 builders build 5 such walls at the same rate, then how many hours will it take to build 5 walls? So basically, कोई भी एक बिल्डर है जिसको एक वॉल कंप्लीट करने में 3 आवर्स का टाइम लगता है, राइट? अगर जो है इस कंडीशन में सेम टाइप के जो वॉल्स है वो 5 वॉल्स अगर बनाना है, अगर उस टाइम में जो है 2 बिल्डर उसमें काम करेंगे सेम रेट ऑफ वर्क से, तो 5 दीवार या 5 दीवार बनाने में उसको कितने आवर्स का टाइम लगेगा? सो वी हैव टू यूज पर्सन, नंबर ऑफ पर्सन एंड टाइम ड्यूरेशन, कितने आवर्स? तो 3 आवर्स से पहले कंडीशन में. सो P1 T1 and the second one is the number of work piece. So basically in this case the number of work piece is the number of walls, right? So W2. Now in second portion, P2, T2 and W1, right? So number of P1, that means a builder, that means one builder. So 1 into time duration. It takes 3 hours to build a wall. So T1 is the 3 hours. And number of wall. So this is the W2 is the second portion, or you can say that the number of walls. So T2, that means 5 walls, is equals to person, number of person. So in second case, if the condition is 2 builders, so that means person 2 or P2 means 2 builder, 2 into number of time duration. So basically we have to find out the number of time duration. So the question is, how many hours will it take to build 5 hours? So that's why you have to find out the T2. Now the number of piece of work in first condition, that is the one building, one wall. So W1 is the one wall. Now we have to find out T2. So T2 is equals to 1 into 3 into 5 and whole divided by 2 into 1. Right? So basically just multiply 5 3 is 15 and 2. So it will be 15 divided by 2, but we have to convert into the mixed fraction. So it will be 7 into 1 divided by 2. Right? So basically this is 7 hours and half hours, that means 30 minutes. So options available in the form of mixed fraction or in form of hours and minutes. So it's totally depends on the options available in the questions. You can use this option 7 into 1 divided by 2, that is the mixed fraction form, or 7 hour 30 minutes. So basically if you want to convert the mixed fraction into the hour and minute, you just 7 hours, that is clear. Now to convert the 1 divided by 2 into the minute portion, in this case we have the 1 divided by 2, which is obvious. We have already known the 1 divided by 2, that means the half hour, that is the 30 minutes. But suppose it's like 1 divided by 6 or 1 divided by 8, then just you have to multiply by 16 in this portion and you can find out the number of minutes. So this is the 7 hours and 60 divided by 8, right? So basically just multiply by 60 in the second portion or fractional portion and you will get the minute number of minutes. So in this case 7 is the hours and 1 divided by 2 into 60, that means 30 minutes. So 7 hours and 30 minutes. Right? Okay, now the second question, second type of question is a man can do a piece of work in 40 days. If 2 more people join these people, then in how many days this work will be over? So basically यहाँ पर नए जो नंबर ऑफ पर्सन है वो ऐड हो रहे हैं, तो उस कंडीशन में क्या चेंजेस आएगा number of days में या required number of days में. So we have to find out the new number of days or how many number of days to require to complete the work. So this is the type B, you can call the type B. Okay, 8 men can do a piece of work in 40 days. So we have to use the person and number of days. So P1 and D1. If 2 more people join these people, then in how many days this work will be over? So again, P2 and D2. Now, what is the number of person in first case or initial case? That is the 8 men. So 8 into number of days required initially, that is 40 days, is equals to, if 2 more people join these people, so we have already the 8 people, and if 2 more people join, that means plus 2, multiply number of days which we have to find out. So D2 is equals to 8 into 40 and divided by 10, right? 10 1 ja, 10 4 ja, 8 into 4, that is 32 days. Okay, so basically this is the shortcut method which is very useful to find out the number of days or number of person, or whether it is number of piece of work or number of hours. Okay, now this is the type C question. Okay, what is the formation of question? A five men can do a piece of work in 6 days. Okay, 5 आदमी हैं जो कि एक पीस ऑफ वर्क को 6 डेज में कंप्लीट कर रहे हैं. 6 वुमेन कैन डू द सेम वर्क इन 10 days. If they work together, then in approximately how many days will they can complete the task? So basically this is the male plus female condition. You can call it male plus female condition. That is basically type C question. Now again we have to use the similar kind of logic or similar kind of formula, like number of person, that means it may be male or female, so you can use P1. Now the second portion is the number of days, that is the D1 is equals to again you can use the P2 and D2. Now in first case the 5 men can do piece of work in 6 days, so 5 is the number of person, but we have to use a like aim for to recognize this person are male or female. So that's why you have to use the 5m, because the first condition is the main. Now this number of days in 6 days, piece of work in 6 days, so D1 is the 6. Now the second condition, the P2, that means 6 women can do the same work in 10 days, so it's a 6 female. The second number of person is the female, so 6f into D2 is the 10, right? Now we have to find out the male female ratio of the male and female. So that's why just find out the male female ratio. It will be m divided by f, that is the ratio of male to female, is equals to 60 and divided by 30. 60 divided by 30. So it will be 2. So basically we can write down 2 divided by 1. That means the ratio of male to female is the 2:1, right? Now the next condition is called togetherness. एक साथ काम करने पर क्या कंडीशन बनेगा? So for togetherness, again we have to use the similar kind of formula. P1 D1 is equals to P2 D2, right? Now P1 is again 5m and D1 is 6, is equals to P2. So this is the condition of togetherness, so that's why we have to use the male and female together. So that's why P2 means 5m, that is the number of person, number of males, and 6 female, that is the number of females, right? Now D2. Okay, but if you want to use the another variables like P2 D2 is already used in the first condition, then you can use the P3 and D3. To avoid the confusion, you can use directly P3 and D3. P3 D3. Okay, so you can call the P3 is the togetherness or number of total male and female. So 5 male and 6 female together work for the same work of piece. Okay, so P3 is the 5 male and 6 female, and this is D3. Now we have to find out the number of days, that is the D3. Now just put down the 5 into m is the basically the ratio of male, that is the 2. So just put down m is equals to 2, because the ratio of male to female is the 2:1. Multiply 6 is equals to again 5, ratio of male is the 2 plus 6, ratio of female is the 1. So just put down 1 in place of the f, is equals multiply D3. Now 5 into 2 into 6, that means 10 into 6, 60 is equals to 5 into 2, 10 plus 6, so 16 and D3, 16 and D3, and D3 is equals to 60 divided by 16. Okay, so 16 मंजा, ओके ये डेसिमल में जाएगा तो आपको थोड़ा सा यहाँ पे अप्रोक्सीमेटली बोला है ना, एक शब्द यूज हुआ है यहाँ पे, दैट इज द अप्रोक्सीमेटली, सो दैट्स व्हाई 16 वन जा 16 3 जा कितना 48, सो 3 एंड डेसिमल में कितना जाएगा 7 के करीब, ठीक है. सो दैट्स व्हाई द D3 इज द 3.7 days, or you can call it approximately value 4 days. Okay, but you can also use the mixed fraction form, 60 divided by 16, and you can use the mixed fraction option if available in option like mixed fraction form. Okay, so basically approximately 4 days will require to complete the same task or complete the same task.
To watch the complete video, download Mining Gyan 2.0 app from the Play Store and enjoy seamless learning with Mining Gyan 2.0.